Good morning everybody, and once again welcome back to the channel. In this particular video I will show you a simple hands-on lab on how you can get started with the brand new EMR on EC2 8.0 with Spark 4.x with of course Iceberg S3 tables. In this particular video I will show you how to create a cluster very easily. Again, this was just announced few days back. So now you can spin up EMR 8.0 cluster with Spark 4.x and start reading and writing your variant workloads. Not only that, it also supports shredding, meaning when you're writing data into Iceberg, the variant columns are shredded and then your queries can basically perform your pushdown predicates. Enough of talking. I think it will be nice to do a simple hello world, and then I will, maybe in the upcoming next video, we'll dive deeper into that. So let's get started. I'm on my AWS management console. You can see I already have a cluster that is currently in the running state. So go ahead and click on create cluster. You can name this anything you like, variant cluster or test demo cluster, right? And as you can see over here in the EMR release, you will see the brand new EMR Spark 8.0.0. Brand new. So yeah, and then not only that, here you can see you can of course select Spark 4.0.2. That is what it comes with. And then I would say you can just leave everything to default. Of course, since we are trying and testing and playing around right now, so I'm just gonna have one primary node. But again, you can choose your core nodes and task nodes, etc., etc. I'm just gonna remove everything because I just want to do a hello world. I want to show you hello world, right? Select your VPC, select your subnets, and then yeah, rest everything is just to default, and then click on clone cluster. I have already done that, so I'm not gonna be creating again a new cluster because it's like costing money at the end of the day. So I'm gonna use the already provisioned cluster over here. So once you have your EMR cluster, I think then we can SSH into the cluster. So I have my key over here locally. So I'm gonna SSH into my EMR cluster here through terminal, as you can see. So let's do that. And here you can see I am now inside the EMR cluster. And if you were to just do like spark -- version, you will see like, or if you just do spark, oops, it was PySpark, I forgot the command version. You will see that the version is 4.0.2, right? Now let me show you a simple hello world. So I'm gonna maybe go inside Hadoop, and then I'll do let's see, ls. Okay, so here I'm just gonna create a simple file over here called sample.py. Again, these are the packages that is useful. I would say strongly encourage you to use the Iceberg 1.11.0. Again, it has a lot of improvements and I've tested it also. So I strongly encourage to use the latest Iceberg version over here. Then other than that, I think these are other libraries that we also need for Amazon S3 tables. Once we're done with that, we create a Spark session. Here you can see the warehouse for my Amazon S3 tables, as you can see on line number 32. And then yeah, very simple. You can create an Iceberg table with V3. Of course, perform your inserts using variant. I'm using a parse JSON in Spark, so that will convert that into a variant. And then of course I'm really doing a variant get column over here, basically querying my semi-structured data. So let's do this. Let me create this file to test this out. So sample nano sample.py. Let's paste everything here. Okay, so I've done that. You can see sample.py, and if I do cat sample.py, you can see all the code over here. Now what we will do is we will submit the job. So I just want to make sure that I'm using the latest Iceberg version, so 1.11.0, and then I'm gonna submit the job on this EMR cluster. So let's do that, Spark submit. And again, I just have one single node, right? So I just wanna keep a note on that. So yeah, once this is done, you will see like your Iceberg table is created, and then a sample data point is inserted. And then of course you are also able to now perform variant read on this particular table. So let's wait for a few more minutes. I think it's just like downloading all the jar files. The table has been created, and I think now it's gonna perform the query. Let's see the output here. You can see now you're able to get the data. So username was a variant item. So if you see the particular sample data that we inserted, right? So we have name, address, city, etc., right? And if you see the query, $.name, and then we are getting it as string, and we are saying it as username. So yeah, we are able to read and write variant successfully using EMR on EC2. I think what's important is the jar files, right, in general, right? So that's the most important. Now, in case, again, this is just like a, in case if you are curious and if you want to know, like, hey, how do I check whether the items, for example, whether my columns are like fully shredded or partially shredded? I think I wrote a blog like few days back. This is the blog. In case if you haven't seen, I want to show you that. So if you come to my, again, I post a lot of like guides here, yeah, right, in general. That's just because like I was curious and I wanted to know in general. So anyway, long story short, you can use the duckdb command. Duckdb allows you to inspect your Parquet metadata files, and this will basically tell you like whether the columns in your iceberg, that is variant, is it fully shredded or partially shredded. The reason, because is like from at least from my understanding, the maximum depth for variant shredding is set to 50, and I think the maximum column is also set to 300. These are like default values in the open source iceberg version. That's about it. And basically, currently, as of right now, from what I of course know, you cannot specify the column that you want to shred. So what I mean by that is, let's say you have like a complex JSON, right? Since what it does, it basically does sampling and then basically shreds the variant based on the algorithm, right? There is going to be a PR where it will allow user to like pass in certain fields, and it will and then the engine will always ensure that those fields are like shredded. Why is this important? Of course, because you are running queries on those particular column more often, and you want to ensure that those columns are shredded, right? So that's all I have for the video. So again, in this video, what I've just showed you is, hey, how you can get started with EMR 8 with S3 tables with Iceberg V3. I showed you the packages that you can use, and I also gave you some pro tips on that, right, in general. So with that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and if you have any questions, let me know. Until then, I will see you in the upcoming next video.